Hi, this is Dan and we're here at the PIKO America studios, and I'm going to show you just how simple it is to put new crank pins on your locos. This happens to be a mini mogul and it has the slightly smaller wheels in the gearbox. If you're using an American model, you won't need the BR80 ones, but you can use either 36091 for a larger mogul or 36093 for either a starter set loco or what we call our mini moguls. So larger wheel or smaller wheel will let you know whether it's the 091 or the 093. To do the install, you won't need that many tools. The instructions you want to keep handy, and those come in the kit, but you'll need a pair of pliers to help get the old crank pins off, and you'll also want a bit or a driver set. You won't need a lot of tension, but this will help you to screw in the new crank pins. The official size is a 9mm, or if you're in the States, you might find it more common to have in your toolbox a 3/8 inch, and that will do fine. One of the things you want to do to make sure this is an easy install is to make sure that the crank pins are aligned down at the bottom of each wheel. That will make it easier for you to access those crank pins and get them removed. The first step is to use your pliers and remove the rear crank pin. This is the easiest one to remove, and it gets some of the side rods out of your way for future crank pin removal. So use your pliers, grip it, and pull it straight off, and it should kind of snap off. Then you can move the side rod and get to the other crank pins just a little bit easier. And the front. There you go. We have 3 sized posts that will help us in our crank pin installation. The smallest post is going to go to the front, and it's going to go, you can see inside that crank pin area there's a small little square, so you're going to kind of push it in to the square area. It'll orient itself to that square. You can see the square here. And then in the back, you can see the square there. Inside that little post, there's a square opening. Then in the bag, you'll find this little piece that is called a press aid tool. That'll help you push the piece into place. The little circle will kind of line up inside the opening on the new piece of the crank pin, and that'll help you push, get a better grip on it so that you can push. Note the middle wheel on most of our gearboxes are free rolling, so don't let that worry you. Those are designed to do that. Next, we want to put the side rods in place over those openings. They should slide right on. If they don't, then you might have a gear out of alignment. You may have just pushed it a little bit too hard in one direction or the other. So you want to make sure that they fall quickly and nicely into place. This last one you can leave off for now, because it'll make it a little bit easier to get to these first 2 crank pins. Then you're going to use your metal crank pins. There are 3 sizes. The smallest goes to the front. Put them in place. Do your best not to drop or lose that washer. You can give it a little bit of a push to give it a nice start. And then your 9mm bit, or if you're in the States, a 3/8 inch should be good, and it should still work. And we move on to the middle, and we just repeat those same steps. We put our washer in, we put that crank pin in place, and give it a little bit of a push to help it get connected there. And then, again, we use our driver or our bit to tighten it down. We just want to bring it down to where it's in contact with where the washer is in contact with the side rods. Not too much, as the wheels are going to be turning anyways as we run it. And then the last step, we put the last part of the side rod over. Our last one is the longest for the back. Give those a little bit of a push, and then again we use our bit to kind of drive that crank pin on. The screw will cause a little bit of pressure and help these to hold nice and tight. And the great thing about these crank pins is they are reusable in the future. So we've repeated that on the other side of the loco. We've used our tools, and there we go. Brand new crank pins, ready for lots of use. We hope you enjoy your PIKO trains.